Hey, I'm Sarah Thompson. I'm 28 years old, deep in the trenches of my PhD in biochemistry at Westbrook University. It's been a wild ride, especially considering where I came from. Growing up, we didn't have much. My parents worked themselves to the bone just to keep food on the table. But despite all that, they never stopped pushing me to dream big. I'm the first in my family to go to college, let alone aim for a PhD. It hasn't been easy, but now I'm so close to the finish line, I can almost taste it. 3 years ago, I married Tom. He's a software engineer, smart as a whip and usually pretty supportive. We met back in college, bonding over late-night study sessions and cheap takeout. Things were great until his mom, Patricia, entered the picture. And let me tell you, Patricia is something else. Imagine the most overbearing, manipulative person you know, then multiply that by 10. That's her. From day one, it's been clear she has it out for me. Nothing I do is ever good enough for her precious son. Sarah, don't you think Tom deserves a home-cooked meal after a long day at work? She'd say, knowing full well I'd just spent 14 hours in the lab. Trying to balance my PhD work with family life has felt like walking a tightrope while juggling flaming torches. Tom tries to understand, but sometimes it feels like we're speaking entirely different languages. Then things hit a breaking point. My PhD defense is coming up, the big one. The moment I've been working toward for years, with sleepless nights, missed holidays, the whole deal. And out of nowhere, Patricia drops a bombshell. I'm throwing a surprise party for Tom's 30th birthday. She announces, all smiles. Guess when she plans to throw this party? Yep, the same day as my defense. I try to explain, Patricia, I can't miss my defense. It's crucial for my career. But she just waves her hand dismissively. Oh, Sarah, surely you can reschedule. Family comes first, you know. I looked at Tom for backup, but he just stands there, silent, his eyes bouncing between us like he's watching a tennis match. Tom, can you please explain to your mother how important this is? I ask, desperate for support. He clears his throat and says, well, maybe we can figure something out. Mom, is there any way we can move the party? Patricia's face hardens. Absolutely not. I've already invited everyone. Sarah, if you really cared about this family, you'd make it work. It felt like a punch to the gut. Torn between my dreams and my marriage, I watched as the two people who should have had my back turned away instead. As Patricia rattled on about party favors and guest lists, the walls seemed to close in. My hands shook, my vision blurred. This was the moment I realized I was truly alone in this fight. I retreated to the bedroom, slamming the door behind me. Sitting on the edge of the bed, I buried my face in my hands. How did I end up here? And more importantly, how was I going to get out of this mess? The week leading up to my defense was hell. I was drowning in stress, trying to perfect my presentation while fending off Patricia's endless demands. Every time my phone buzzed, my stomach dropped, another text from her with some new emergency for the party. Sarah, we need to talk about the cake. Tom loves my red velvet recipe, she'd say. I gritted my teeth. Patricia, I'm in the middle of prepping for my defense. Can this wait? But she'd always reply with the same passive-aggressive jab. Oh, I see. Your little school project is more important than your husband's happiness. Her guilt trips were getting old fast. I tried to focus on my work, but the constant interruptions were wearing me down. One night, I overheard Tom on the phone with her. I don't know, Mom. Sarah's been pretty distant lately. Maybe you're right about her priorities. My blood ran cold. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. The next day, I confronted him. Hey, I heard you talking to your mom last night. What's this about my priorities? Tom shifted uncomfortably. It's nothing, Sarah. Mom's just worried about us, that's all. Worried? She's been undermining me at every turn, and now she's got you doubting me too. Come on, it's not like that, he said. You have been pretty focused on your defense lately. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Of course I have. It's the culmination of years of work. Tom, I thought you understood. I said, my voice barely hiding the frustration. He shrugged, avoiding my eyes. I do, but maybe Mom's right. Couldn't you reschedule? I stormed out of the room, fuming. The betrayal stung deep. Everything came to a head the day before my defense. I was at my desk, trying to make some last-minute revisions, when the doorbell rang. Opening it, I found Patricia standing there, arms full of party supplies. Surprise? I thought I'd come early to start setting up. We have so much to do, she chirped, stepping forward as if she owned the place. I stood there, dumbfounded. Patricia, I told you I can't help with the party. My defense is tomorrow. She pushed past me into the house like I hadn't spoken. Oh, about that. I've been thinking, you really should skip it. Excuse me. Well, dear, this party is important to Tom, and let's face it, your little presentation can wait. Family comes first. I felt like I'd stepped into some sort of twisted alternate reality. My little presentation is my PhD defense. It absolutely cannot wait. Patricia's eyes narrowed. I see. So, you're choosing your career over your family. I always knew you were selfish, but this takes the cake. Selfish. I was practically shaking. I've bent over backward trying to accommodate you, but this is my future we're talking about. Just then, Tom walked in, looking confused. What's going on? Patricia turned to him, tears welling up. Oh, Tom, I was just trying to help with your party, but Sarah, she's being so difficult. She wants to abandon you on your birthday. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. That's not true. Tom, please, you know how important this defense is to me. Tom looked between us, his face full of uncertainty. I don't know. Mom's put a lot of effort into this party, Sarah. It felt like a slap. Are you kidding me? After everything I've sacrificed? Patricia seized her chance. See, Tom, she doesn't care about your happiness at all. Something in me snapped. You know what? I'm done. I'm so done with both of you. I grabbed my laptop and keys, barely able to see through the tears burning in my eyes. Tom reached for my arm. Sarah, wait. I jerked away. No, Tom. You've made your choice, now I'm making mine. I stormed out, my vision blurred as I drove, the lump in my throat growing with each mile. I ended up at Elena's place, my best friend since college. The moment she opened the door and saw my face, she pulled me into a hug. Oh, honey, what happened? She asked softly. Through sobs, I told her everything. As I poured out the story, Elena's expression darkened. That manipulative, she muttered under her breath. You're staying here tonight. We'll get you through this defense, and then we'll figure out what to do about Tom and his monster of a mother. That night, as I lay on Elena's couch, my heart ached. But beneath all the pain, a small spark of determination flickered to life. There was no way I was letting them derail my dreams. Tomorrow, I'd show them all what I was made of. The next morning, I woke up with a pounding headache, momentarily forgetting everything. But then it hit me all over again. My defense. Tom. Patricia. The betrayal. Rise and shine, future Dr. Thompson. Elena chirped, way too cheerful for the early hour. I groaned, pulling a pillow over my face. I can't do this, Elle. Maybe I should just. Don't you dare finish that sentence, she cut me off. You've worked too hard to let those jerks win. Now get up, we've got a PhD to defend. Somehow, I made it to campus, my hands trembling as I set up for my presentation. The committee filed in, and suddenly it was showtime. Good morning, I began, my voice steadier than I felt. Today, I'll be presenting my research on novel approaches to targeted drug delivery in cancer treatment. As I dove into my work, something in me shifted. The fear and doubt melted away, replaced by the passion that had fueled me for years. I fielded questions confidently, even cracking a joke that made the notoriously stern Dr. Patel smile. When it was over, the room erupted into applause. Dr. Patel stood up, beaming. Congratulations, Dr. Thompson. Your work is truly groundbreaking. I floated out of the room on cloud 9, only to crash back to reality when I saw my phone. 15 missed calls from Tom. A barrage of texts from Patricia. I ignored them all. Elena and our friend Mike took me out for celebratory drinks. As we clinked glasses, I spilled everything. I can't believe Tom sided with his mom, Mike said, shaking his head. What are you going to do? I sighed, staring down at my drink. I don't know. I love him, but I don't know if I can keep living like this. I couldn't keep living like this. Elena squeezed my hand. Whatever you decide, we've got your back. The next few weeks passed in a blur. I started therapy, trying to untangle the mess of emotions I was buried under. Tom kept calling, alternating between apologies and accusations. I let every call go to voicemail. Then came the email that changed everything. A prestigious research institute offered me a postdoc position, my dream job. But there was a catch. It was across the country. I stared at my phone, Tom's number glowing on the screen. My finger hovered over the call button, but then I remembered his silence, the way he failed to stand up for me when I needed him most. I put the phone down and opened my laptop to accept the offer. The day I was packing up my office, Tom showed up. "Sarah, please," he began, desperation in his voice. "We can work this out. I'm sorry about everything with my mom. I'll do better, I promise." I looked at him for the first time in weeks. All I saw was a man who had failed me when it mattered most. "I'm sorry, Tom, but I need to do this for me. I hope you understand." As I walked away, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. For the first time in years, I was putting myself first, and it felt damn good. 6 months flew by in a whirlwind of research breakthroughs and self-discovery. I was thriving at my new job, making waves in the field of cancer treatment. My latest paper had just been accepted for presentation at the International Cancer Research Symposium in Geneva. I was prepping for my talk when my phone buzzed. It was Elena. "Hey, Elle, what's up?" I answered. "Sarah, you're not going to believe this. Tom's company just went under. Some massive fraud scandal. He's out of a job." I let out a low whistle. "Damn, that's rough." "That's not all," Elena continued. "Apparently, Patricia's been on a rampage. She's alienated half the family with her controlling BS. Tom's siblings aren't even talking to him anymore." I shook my head. Guess some things never change. After hanging up, I dove back into my work. A week later, I stood on stage in Geneva, presenting my research to a packed auditorium. The response was overwhelming. As I fielded questions from top researchers, my phone buzzed in my pocket. I ignored it. Later, I saw it was a text from Tom. "Sarah, I messed up. I see that now. Mom, she's toxic. I'm in therapy, trying to figure things out. I miss you. Can we talk?" I stared at the message, emotions swirling. Part of me wanted to respond, to try and mend things, but a stronger part knew better. I was about to delete the message when another call came through from an unknown number. "Hello? Sarah, it's Patricia. I heard about your success. I always knew you had it in you, dear. I was thinking perhaps we could let bygones be bygones. I'd love to catch up and hear all about your work." I almost laughed. "Patricia, with all due respect, no. You made your feelings about me and my work very clear. I'm not interested in reconnecting. Please don't contact me again." I hung up, feeling lighter than I had in years. The next morning, I woke up to an email from Biotech Innovations, the leading biotech company in the country. They were offering me a leadership position heading their cancer research division. As I sat in my hotel room overlooking the serene Lake Geneva, I reflected on how far I'd come. The scars were still there, reminders of the pain I'd endured, but they no longer defined me. The story of Sarah, Tom, and Patricia had come to an end. Now I got a question for you. If you were in Sarah's shoes, would you have given Tom a second chance after he sided with his manipulative mother? Or did Sarah make the right call by prioritizing her career and self-respect? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences and opinions might just help someone facing a similar situation.